A living trust is a legal arrangement where a person places assets into a trust during their lifetime. Think of a trust as a legal container for your assets and property. You can appoint someone else to manage the trust or do it yourself. The advantage is that you maintain control of those assets during your lifetime, including the ability to modify or dissolve the trust. In this video, we're going to cover how to create a living trust in Alabama, the different roles involved, requirements, and more. We're eForms, your go-to destination for legal templates and how-tos. If you're ready to get started creating your own Alabama living trust, click the link in the description below. Let's jump in. We'll start by defining a few key roles. First, there's the grantor. This is the individual creating and funding the trust. Next, the trustee. This individual manages the trust assets during the grantor's lifetime. The grantor can serve as the trustee if they are not the sole beneficiary. Third, the successor trustee. This person manages the trust assets if the trustee dies or becomes incapacitated. Commonly, the successor trustee's role is to distribute and transfer the trust assets to the beneficiaries. Finally, the beneficiaries. This is any person or organization who stands to inherit from the trust. Let's say Sarah creates a living trust and puts her house, investments, and savings into it. She names her daughter Emily as the trustee to manage these assets. Sarah specifies that while she's alive, she's both the trustee and the beneficiary of the trust. However, if Sarah becomes incapacitated or passes away, Emily takes over as the trustee and manages the assets according to Sarah's instructions, which may include distributing them to other beneficiaries like Sarah's grandchildren. This helps the beneficiaries avoid probate court and ensures a smoother transfer of assets to heirs. Let's cover the legal requirements. Mental capacity. The person creating the trust, the grantor, must be of sound mind. Intention. The grantor must clearly express their intention to create a trust. Beneficiaries. The trust must name who will receive assets after the grantor passes away. This can include people, charities, pets, or specific purposes. Trustee's duties. The trustee, the person managing the trust, must have defined duties and cannot be the same person. The trustee cannot be the sole beneficiary of the trust. Can it be revoked? Yes, a living trust in Alabama can be modified or revoked at any time as long as the grantor is of sound mind. It is common for the grantor to act as the trustee while managing the trust assets, often to their benefit until their death. Before we go, let's cover the steps to creating a living trust in Alabama. Identify property. The grantor should take an inventory of the properties to be entered into the trust. This can include real estate, personal property, retirement accounts, business interests, and any other valuables the grantor owns. Property and assets that are not specifically entered into a living trust will not become a part of it. 2. Choose trustees. A trust will commonly have two types of trustees. Initial trustee manages the trust during the grantor's lifetime. For revocable trust, this is commonly the grantor. Successor trustee manages the trust if the grantor becomes incapacitated or dies. They will be responsible for distributing the property and assets of the trust to the beneficiaries. 3. Select beneficiaries. The beneficiaries are the individuals who will inherit the trust property after the grantor's death. They're usually the spouse or family members of the grantor. Who can be a beneficiary? A beneficiary can be any person, born or unborn, or organization legally permitted to hold an interest in property. If a grantor wants to give a portion of the trust property to a pet trust can be created within the trust document. 4. Signing. To prove a living trust was created, signing with 2 witnesses and a notary public is recommended. Estate planning can be a complex process, but we're here to help. If you're ready to start creating your own Alabama living trust, click the link in the description below this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content.